What's up, guys? So today we're gonna be reworking a tattoo for my boy Nate. He has some stuff that was started a few years ago, and I just started kind of going in with a marker and kind of fixing up some of the shapes, kind of creating a general direction of where I want to go with it. We're gonna reline it, add some color, and kind of bring it to life. Step one is freehanding, right? So by that I mean we're gonna take the old Sharpie here, and I already started kind of retracing some of what was there, but the point of this is to really kind of like recreate the shapes the way I want them to be, you know what I mean? So if I feel like the mouth or the nose was a little bit off, I'm kind of repositioning. So like the old nose you could see is here. I kind of made it a little bit bigger. I can fill in here with black and leave a nice little highlight to make the nose look shiny. You know, I kind of changed the shape of the face a little bit, brought the ears out a little bit, just kind of messing with the proportions, you know, just trying to get everything looking a little bit more updated. Fix the kind of rim on this little bag here. So I wanted to kind of you to be able to see that it goes behind, you know, the stuff in the bag. And then, you know, just kind of recreating some of the shapes, making the paper on the little joint look a little bit more kind of not realistic, because it's obviously going to be cartoony, but you know, a little bit more like more functional the way it would kind of lay and stuff. You're going to be able to see some little wrinkles and stuff in there. So I'm basically just giving myself little indications, directions I want to go with it, but still kind of staying true to the original form and the original character. And we're gonna do that throughout the piece. We're gonna come up into these little alien guys here. We're gonna mess with the shapes for the head. I've pulled some references so that I can kind of use these to kind of help me out with the, you know, color, lighting, things like that. And then after this, we'll start tattooing. Right. So got everything kind of sketched out. About to start tattooing. Just kind of cleaned up some of the shapes there and some of the line work. So we're gonna start out with the line work. So I got a few different liners. I got a big liner, got a couple smaller ones for tinier details. So we're just gonna go through and kind of recreate this piece, kind of bring some of these lines out, some of these shapes to create some of those nicer details, like on the bear, you know, his little furry top and all that. All right, man, let's get to it. All right, so we're pretty well into the line work part of it. I'm not even worried about really getting into any, you know, big detail or anything like that just yet. I'm just really just kind of going around the outside of everything. Just kind of like reshaping it. Kind of correcting some of like the anatomy on some of these guys. So there were areas where, like, you know, part of the, hand wasn't drawn or part of the body wasn't drawn. So, I had to kind of like go in there and create new areas, new details. So then I got to kind of pick and choose what I want to be in the foreground, what I want to be a little bit further back. So some of these I'm just using the actual lines that are already there. Other spots I'm kind of going past the line if I want to like recreate the shape. So like this, see the tip of the thumb here, I wanted it to be a little bit longer, kind of giving it that appearance like it's bending back a little bit. So I kind of went past this line. And later on I'll use shading and some color layering to kind of get rid of that little line in there, have it blend into the new piece. All right, guys, so now I'm just coming in, we're starting coloring, shading portion of it. So I'm going in and I'm putting some black in some areas here to kind of just create some nice stark contrast, some background and stuff, and also simultaneously eliminate some of those old lines to kind of bring out the new line work, creating contrast and at the same time covering up some of the stuff that we want out of the way. Just hitting all of Nate's favorite spots right here.
Nothing.
And shit. So, yeah.
You think?
Nate drank a whole bottle of numbing cream before we started, so
It's not helping.
it's not helping at all. So I'm just taking a 9 mag here, blocking in some of this background. So it's gonna start off pretty dark down here, fade into like little smoky kind of background as we get up higher. Yeah, so right now I'm just putting in the base color or like my midtones. And this like kind of golden honey brown color of the bear. But I'm not really worrying about any of the fur texture or anything like that just yet. I'm just blocking in this color. And I'm making sure to use inks that are more white based, so they'll cover up these old lines more easily. And then when I go in and put the texture in, it'll kind of finish getting rid of all that. So we're just finishing up the little golden, yellow, orangey, brown colors of the bear. And as you can see, got them all colored in, nice and saturated. And we're going in and we're putting up some highlights, some nice little bright, pale yellows in these areas, because over here there's gonna be a light source. It's gonna be shining down this way. So I want this side of the bear to kind of have more of the highlight colors as opposed to the other side. And then we're gonna go in, we're gonna put the rest of the little greens in these areas and some whites in the paper. And then that guy will be done. All right, here we are at everybody's favorite part, doing all the little white highlights now. So we're gonna hit like little tip of his nose. Get that little shine in there. Little glints in the eyes. Always brings these little guys to life.
Brandon would say that's how it's supposed
little twinkle in the eye. I'm gonna hit some of these edges. And that's it, just finishing this little guy up. So as you can see, we kind of changed the shape of the fingers and the head and kind of rounded everything out, made it look a little bit cuter, made him look a little bit more fluffy. And then the color really kind of helps bring everything out. These nice little finishing touches just makes everything look really nice. And you can even come in here and do some little highlights on these fingertips here. Again, like you said, there's going to be a light source coming in from over here, so you can definitely go up into these little areas and hit the top of these just to make a nice little peak highlight. I like to try to keep in mind where the lighting is coming from and how it's going to hit on the subject. Now with any cover up or rework, obviously we'll have to see how it heals to see if anything kind of pokes through, and then we can address that as we go along and continue up the arm. But I think we're gonna call this little guy done for today. We'll see you next time.
How you feeling, Nate? Like a boss.